So anyway, some of you might recognize that. That's from the Herd of Bison song, The Journey. Right now we're going to be talking about the other two hi-hats that I have. These are the ozone hi-hats. Back during COVID, I had this setup where I had this other kit behind me, and so I was kind of doing like a Neil Peart 360-degree drum set idea. And so I already had the sick hats and the plague hats, but I needed two hi-hats for the back. I was going to have a normal hi-hat and an X hat, and so that's when I put these together. Both of these are brilliant ozone cymbals over brilliant medium crash cymbals, both 18-inch. And they're, obviously they're modeled on the sick hats and the plague hats. These two cymbals are both HH, so it's HH Brilliant Ozone over HH Brilliant Medium Crash, and these are the Brilliant Evolution HHX Ozone Crash over a Brilliant HHX Medium Crash. And yeah, so these two I don't use in quite the same way. They're definitely the next module, but they're not used that often in conjunction with each other. In fact, really the only time I can think of that I've done that is the bridge and the journey, and the main reason for that is I had already used the sick hats and the plague hats throughout the rest of the song. So I was trying to find a different hi-hat pattern. So it's more that I just have extra colors with these two hi-hats. So the HHX, or I'm sorry, the HH Ozone, these are obviously an X hat. We've kind of already talked about this a little bit in the foot pedal video, but this one gives me just a lot of possibilities, and I often use this when I'm trying to do something unusual with my feet. Like I can, obviously I can get into double bass drum playing with a closed hi-hat. There's a Herd of Bison song called Cloudy Sun. There's a Herd of Bison EP called Cloudy Sun, and in the song Storm Rolling In, during the verses where there's rapping going on, I'm playing on the HH Ozone because there are some double bass drum patterns that are going on during that. I can also use this, like I think I demonstrated the Herd of Bison song The Awakening, where I'm playing my left foot on the bass drum and I'm playing my right foot on the LP micro snare. That's always a fun section. That's a fun texture that I feel like I need to do more with. But anyway, yeah, there are a lot of possibilities with this cymbal. As far as the sound itself, it's a little bit closer to the plague hat. It definitely has a little bit more spread than the sick hat. So sometimes I also use this when I need a closed hi-hat sound that just has a little bit softer of an attack and is a little bit less aggressive sounding than the sick hat. Yeah, it's got a lot. I use that one quite a lot. Now the HHX I use mainly when the sloshy sick hat just dynamically needs to be lifted a little bit, because between the difference between them is pretty significant. The HHX Ozone sloshy hi-hat sound is huge, and so I use this a lot. Like at the Infierce song Clarent, the intro I play on the sloshy sick hat, and by the time we get all the way through the song and we get to the end, we come back to the intro, but dynamically it's the biggest part of the song, so I needed to lift that. So I played the ending on the HHX Ozone hi-hat just to lift it a little bit more. And I even can do that in when I'm playing the HHX Ozone as a closed hi-hat, because it does also have a little bit more spread and a little bit more body to its sound than the sick hat. So It's the same kind of idea. So in the Infierce song Doorway, and also in the Herd of Bison song The Nomad, once the song follows along, basically after the vocals are done, right before the guitar solo, there's this section where I'm playing a closed hi-hat sound, and it's the HHX ozone, just to give it a little bit more richness, because at that point we're really building momentum to then release into the openness of the guitar solo. So that's these two cymbals, and it's compared to the or to put them together, to put all four of these together is a real treat. So I think we're going to be checking out the Journey bridge. So here we go.